Kia ora Canterbury, Thursday the 27th of November. I hope you've had a great start to your day and now settling in for a lovely evening. And hey, start the day off with a Jimi Hendrix, Foxy Lady. It is the man's birthday today. He was born in 1942 and sadly he did become part of that club, the 27 Club. He died at 27 years of age and of course, yes, drugs were involved. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame describes him as arguably the greatest instrumentalist in the history of rock music, and I think very few would deny him of that. Later on the show, we speak with the Order of St. Lazarus of Jerusalem, this wonderful organisation that are helping, and especially here in Canterbury. Also, we catch up with Phyllis Brown and we're talking reflexology. Sounds nice, doesn't it? And Santa's running through a park. Sound intriguing? Well, yes, kids can. This is one of the wonderful events they hold throughout the year, so we find out all about that. But I tell you what, the place to be next Saturday, yes, is the Wine and Food Festival. And I'm very grateful to be joined by Claire Steele to tell us all about why you, that's right, why you, friends, family, should be joining you for a wonderful day out. Thank you, Claire, shouldn't they? They should all be down there.
Absolutely.
And I hear through a little grapevine that the weather is looking fantastic.
Yeah, it's looking
Saturday.
really good. Yep, fine and sunny at the moment, so we'll stick with that.
Yeah, let's not even think about the other, really. Tell us, going along, what can we experience? If we've never been along, what would you say to someone?
Well, we've got 40 wineries, more than 40 wineries from all over the South Island, and we've got 30 gourmet food producers who come from sort of regional Canterbury, and some come from as far away as Marlborough and Kaikoura. And we've also got 9 local restaurants. So that's all your food and wine. In addition to that, we've got some wine experts who are coming along to give some free seminars. And we've got some great chefs who are cooking off in the chef's kitchen, doing free seminars throughout the day as well.
Neat. So who are the chefs that will, or some tease us with some of the chefs that will
So we've got Nadia Lim.
Oh, right. Okay.
Michael Meredith, who's from Meredith's in Auckland. We've got a couple of locals, Simon Levy, who's the chef at Harlequin Public House, and Gary Miller. And we have also got a guy called Mark Soper, who is from the North Island.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, so they'll be cooking a range of food depending on their style of cookery. Michael Meredith's doing fancy, elegant, sort of nibbly bits. And we've also got Jax Hamilton as well.
Oh, very cool. Jax is cool. She's
She's
cool
a lot of
chick.
fun.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun. And with the seminars as well, so what is it? Is it basically giving us tips, and we come into a tent, I assume, and the kitchen's all set up?
Yep, so it's a big kitchen set up for the chef's seminars, and just come along, take a seat. They're all free. It's a 45-minute demonstration. There'll be some tastings at the end. And the wine seminars, they're all seated at tables, and you get tastings of wine throughout the seminar as well, and yeah, it's all free.
Neat. Well, there you go. Some pictures of past of everyone, and that's pretty much a typical picture, surely, Claire, that people are just sitting down very relaxed, enjoying their day.
Absolutely, and we've got a great spot in Hagley Park under those beautiful mature trees as well, so it's nice and shady on a hot sunny day.
That's great. And I love talking about the wine seminars, because some people can be put off, you know what you like to drink, and you may be a bit put off that you don't know enough to be in like a wine group or something.
Yeah.
What a great way to find out.
Oh, it's excellent. So Joelle Thompson's one of our wine experts, and she's extremely well known in the wine world. She's doing a seminar on Chardonnay. So if you don't know much about Chardonnay, come along and, you know, learn everything you need to know, and then go off into the festival and sample some.
Yeah, exactly, and it's just taking your time in that. But music is a wonderful element, though, that you bring into the Wine and Food Festival, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got some great artists on the main stage this year. So we've got Open Souls, Latin Aotearoa, Batakata Sound Machine, Anna Coddington and Maya Payne.
Anna Coddington, she's wonderful.
She's great, isn't she?
I mean, that just adds to the whole ambience. We've got the grass under our feet, so we're picture painting at the moment, if you can imagine this. Sort of feet, you know, the grass, the sun shining, a nice glass of Chardonnay, maybe a Sav, something like that, and the music. I mean, it is a recipe for a wonderful day out, isn't it?
It's a great day out, yeah, absolutely. And we found, because the event's been going, this is the 4th year now, that people really are making a big day of it. So it's becoming a little bit like Cup Day. People are going out for a nice brunch beforehand and then coming along to the festival and, yeah, just really enjoying themselves.
And I'll put it out there to a few bosses and that, and officers and so forth, if they haven't actually got their A and G with work functions, because it does happen, people forget about it and like, they can't get in anywhere.
Exactly.
What a great way to take, say, a dozen of your workmates along, done.
Yeah.
Someone else is doing all the work for you, you just have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Speaking of paying for it, Where can we buy the tickets from?
You can get them from Dash Tickets on the Dash Tickets website, or you can go to our website, which is winefestival.co.nz, and just click on the ticketing link there. We've only got less than 1,000 tickets left, though, so the event probably will sell out.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, people from out of town will be coming as well. Kids Can. Pretty awesome that you've come on side with this wonderful charity. Tell us about that.
So one of our partners at the festival this year is Smith's Auctions, and we cooked up this sensational idea to have our first ever charity auction on site at the festival. So we've been doing some hard work and working with all our partners. A lot of the wineries appearing at the festival have got on board and donated some sensational lots. Like we've got magnums of bubbly, cases of rare wine. We've got a table at the Great Kiwi Beer Festival as part of one of the lots. It's just sensational. We've got, really expensive lots up to about $4,000 worth, but, just stuff that's worth maybe $10 or $20, great for little Christmas presents. So you can just come along on the day. All the auction lots will be there to view in the Smith's auction tent, and there'll be a live auction at 2:30, and every single dollar we raise will go to Kids Can.
How fantastic is that? Thank you, Claire, to you and the team. I mean, very easy to get on all about the Wine and Food Fest, but they're giving back as well. That's why you need to go to dashtickets.co.nz and buy a ticket to go along. Funny enough, Kids Can join us after the break, Claire. And funny enough, I think he's dressed as a guy in a big red suit with a hat on, maybe a white beard, but I think you can figure it out. See you next week.
The mission statement of Red and Black Sport is always to bring a voice to achievers in sport, be it Canterbury, New Zealand or internationally. We'll continue to do that here on CTV with Red and Black Sport. Don't miss it every week.
When we were kids, saving the world seemed like the easiest thing you could do. But the world has changed, and the problems are bigger than we'd ever imagined. People are starving, the environment is under pressure, the climate is changing fast, and we are running out of fresh water. There's so much distraction, it can get hard to see where you can make a difference. With so many other things going on, where do you start? Well, feeding the world gets a little easier when you start by planting the right seed. Protecting the future is possible when you know how and have help. And if we work together to tackle the big challenges, everyone can live well. At Lincoln, we're on a mission to feed the world, protect the future, and help everyone live well. So don't settle for just any future. Join us and make a difference.
Looking for that perfect gift for a loved one? Wanting to add some vibrance to your home? Or just looking to brighten up your workplace? No matter the occasion, the Hitching Post has something for everyone. Lose yourself in their extensive range of homeware, art, glass and plasma cut metalwork. The Hitching Post is your one-stop shop for great style and quality. So come on down to the Hitching Post, 722 Marsland Road.
At NCRE, there is no job too big or too tough. From commercial fridge and freezers to farming and dairy refrigeration, we can take care of all your refrigeration needs. NCRE, we'll get you sorted.
Southern Newsweek is an Otago-based news bulletin. Watch this every week to stay in touch with what's happening in and around your community. Stay in the know with Southern Newsweek, 11 a.m. Saturdays, right here on CTV.
I don't know if it was you that I saw kissing Mummy under my tree, was it?
Wasn't me, no.
I tell you, Santa, you really need to be having a good feed before 25th, don't you think?
Yep, that's the plan.
Stay away from the gravy.
It's in the game plan.
No carbs.
Lots of food.
Thank you, Santa, for coming along. Now, of course, today you have your Kids Can hat on and talking about a wonderful event that's happening next Wednesday, 3rd December. The Kids Can Santa Run. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's an annual event, happens all around the country. So there are 18 venues next Wednesday night, a fun run in various parks around New Zealand, and here in Christchurch we're in Hagley Park next Wednesday evening for a short jog jog around the park, and hopefully hundreds of Santas in tow.
It's brilliant. So how do we become a part of it though?
You can enter online. It's a Kids Can charity fundraiser, so www.santa.co.nz. All the information's there, the venues, enter online, and turn up on next Wednesday evening. Entry fee includes a free Santa suit, so we're all dressed in red.
Oh, neat. So you don't have to go out and find your own Santa suit, that will be provided.
Yep.
But how are you raising the money? So it costs to enter into the run?
So there's an entry fee, effectively an entry donation. It's $25 for adults. That includes a Santa suit, $20 for students, and for under 10s and under 5s it's $10. And we encourage those kids to bring their own reindeer gear or their own Santa costume. Just because most of the costumes that we're giving out are this sort of size, and as many people in red as possible, and it'll be a great evening.
I mean, apart from the comedy factor and about just that whole sea of red that's going to be embarking on Hagley Park, we come to the serious thing that around Christmas time, it's not so much of a jolly time for all children, is it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So tell us exactly what kids can hope from this event.
So it's a wonderful charity, as you say. Lots of kids will be feeling it around this time of year, and the Kids Can charity does a huge amount of work providing clothing, shoes, basic health care in schools. They've helped thousands of kids over the last 10 years, and this annual event nationwide is a great fundraiser. Upwards of $25,000 is raised each year, and people get to have a bit of fun doing it. So it's a great fit.
Why do you think that New Zealanders are embracing Kids Can so warmly?
I think at a time of year when that they may be looking forward to a good time and thinking about Christmas shopping, lots of food at Christmas, they also realise that there are families around the country that aren't so lucky, children that aren't so lucky, and they think that it's a great way to support those children at a time when they may be feeling it a bit more acutely when everyone else is having a bit of fun.
I mean, Santa, it's a great time, I suppose. Also, you're talking about the children going along next Wednesday. That's the 3rd of December at 6:30. What a great way to show to your children about the actual art of giving back.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think bringing a bit of cheer to other kids. The course itself actually runs around past Christchurch Hospital, and so we will give the children's wards at Christchurch Hospital a call to let them know that 500 or 600 Santas are going to be running past the windows. And last year we had the kids throwing water bombs out the window at the passing hordes. It was a great scene.
Jeepers, watch out if you're going there to visit Nana in hospital. You might get a bit of a bomb on the head. Crikey. Okay, that's neat though, isn't it? I mean, for the children, laughter, they say, is the best medicine.
Oh, absolutely.
But how wonderful of them to see all those Santas going past.
Yeah, no, it'll be a great scene, and we're at a time of the evening when there are lots of commuters going home, cyclists going through the park, other joggers out jogging, and we get a great reaction. They turn up, and there are hundreds of Santas dressed in red. A lot of them come up, and you can enter on the day, so that we do get quite a few people fronting up, seeing what's happening, and throwing their work bags down and donning a Santa suit and joining in. It's a short run around the Botanical Gardens. It's only 10 to 25 minutes, and then there's a bit of a prize giving, and we've got more FM down there. We'll have a heap of music. We've got support from Athlete's Foot and a whole lot of volunteers from Meridian Energy who are supporting the event with their time, and we're going to have a bit of a DJ warm-up with a heap of music, and same at the other end. It'll be a heap of fun.
Oh, well, Santa, you might even have a couple of ladies sit on your knee then if you're lucky as well. It could be
if I'm lucky.
Win all round, really, couldn't it? That's next Wednesday, 6:30, Hagley Park, supporting Kids Can. They provide the Santa suit. All you need to do is provide the $20, $25, wasn't it?
25 for adults,
yeah,
20
25.
for under 20s.
So it's simple as that. All the best for next Wednesday. Stay with us after the break. We're relaxing with reflexology with Phyllis Brown.
Take a Break showcases some of the best that the South Island has to offer. From fun-filled adventures, great places to eat and stay, and of course beautiful scenic landscapes. Take a break, don't miss it.
best friend on holiday to snuggle in boarding Canterbury. We pride ourselves on having a safe, clean and fun environment for your feline companion. With luxury heated rooms, private courtyard, comprehensive menu and room service provided by trained staff and vet nurses, Snuggle In is simply the best for your pet.
Are you having trouble with your old mower or just have too much grass? At Mead Mowers and Chainsaws, with our wide range of Husqvarna mowers, no job is too big or too small. We stock rotary, ride-on, zero turn, out front articulated riders and robotic order mowers. We have the Husqvarna mower for you. Call in and visit Gavin or Peter at Mead Mowers and Chainsaws.
Action Removals, offering short or long-term storage facilities, full packing services, comprehensive rates, all fully insured and with 6 vehicle sizes to choose from. Earthquake repairs? Action Removals pack, move, store and return your valuable possessions stress-free. Action Removals, a family business that has been operating in Christchurch for over 10 years. Action Removals, your one-stop removal service on time, every time. 0800 222 526.
Welcome to Caltex Redwood. We're a family-owned business proudly supporting our local community. We're open 24/7 for fuel and shop goods, and we have an amazing team of people ready to help you. Save at least 6 cents per litre using AA Smart Fuel cards. We also offer great value on our LPG bottle fills. We have a full workshop and Bridgestone Tyre Centre. Our mechanics and tyre technicians will get your car sorted. Caltex Redwood. We're just down from St Bede's on Main North Road. Caltex Redwood. What drives you?
Make a date every Thursday night. The Owl and the Pussycats have returned. I'm the Owl and the women will be the panel. Make sure you get your letters and correspondence in and we'll answer your queries every Thursday, 8:30 here on CTV.
To Reflex. Can you remember Duran Duran?
Yeah, I do remember Duran Duran, yes, on that
I
boat.
love Nick Rhodes. Love Nick Rhodes, but Reflex. Anyway, Yeah. Wow, you've just got back.
I've just got back, yes, from Australia, from the Red Centre, from Ooraloo, Ayers Rock, yep.
Oh, how was
Stunning.
that?
Very busy, very spiritual, very calm. Yeah, quite mind-blowing actually. It's a place you should really try and make the effort to go and see. It's so close.
And how are your feet feeling, Phyllis?
Well, my feet were quite hot and sticky, I have to say, because we walked for miles and miles and miles. So yes.
It's a bit of reflexology.
Bit of reflexology would be in order, and I was sharing a bedroom with a reflexologist.
Well,
so I was
funny
really
you should
lucky.
say that, Phyllis. And what are we talking about today?
Reflexology.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. So reflexology, it's a beautiful therapy that you can have at any point in time in your life, and it is to do with the soles of the feet in particular. And it was developed from ancient medical
Here's one we prepared earlier.
Here's the graph on the TV there. So it dates back to 1913. When it was brought forward as a zone therapy, so looking at the feet in the different zones. Then in 1913s, a lady called Eunice Ingham, she then took it out to reflexology. So every part of the foot, including the heel and the toes, are connected to an organ or a part of your body.
Okay.
So just with the slight manipulation or the slight pressure on those particular parts of the foot, you'll have a reaction further up the body.
All right.
And reflexology is really about releasing blocks within the body, toxin build-up, negative energy, stagnant energy. So it's about getting that chi moving around the actual physical body.
Wow. Okay. So how can we benefit then from a reflexology session?
So how you can really benefit, it helps release people with chronic pain issues. It gives you a sense of well-being, helps reduce fatigue. It helps balance up your meridian lines, so your left and your right hand sides of your body. So it can give you an overall sense of well-being. And I went for a reflexology about 3 years ago at the Women's Expo here in Christchurch, and I just absolutely loved it. And the ladies that do it, they know exactly where to press. It can be quite painful, but if it is painful, then there's a block in that part of your body. And
so it's good pain.
It's good pain. You've got to acknowledge the pain, and then as they work through that sore spot, as they really keep manipulating that, then the pain will disintegrate or dissolve, and you know that you've released something further up in your body. So it's the feet linking up into the rest of your physical being.
So, I mean, a very specialised field.
Yeah, it is.
So how can you find a reflexologist?
The best place to go would be onto the national website, which is reflexology.co.nz. They have a list of practitioners there. We've also got quite an active reflexology group here in Christchurch. Go to your local wellness shops or health food shops, they might have business cards there. And even if you are interested in becoming a reflexologist, it's all on there. You can do your diplomas and your certificates here in New Zealand, which is just wonderful.
Very fun. Now, have you experienced it yourself?
I have. And Susanna Gibbs was my reflexologist, and she was just really, she's right in there with those fingers. She's got fingers of steel, getting in there, squeezing the toes, pulling the toes, getting into the ball of the heel. But afterwards, it's really quite difficult to describe. It's a beautiful sensation, even if you don't like having your feet touched. They're not tickling your feet, they're just handling your feet. So, you know, you get over that fear of sort of sitting there going, I'm going to just giggle all the way through this. I'll tell you won't. It's just, it's very soothing, very relaxing.
And do your feet feel light?
Your feet feel really clean. They feel light is a good way of describing it. I felt like I was walking on air.
Yeah.
I felt like I was walking on air, and just my ankles felt really supple and agile, because she went right up into the ankles as well. So it's really amazing. Our feet take a lot of punishment. We cram them into shoes all day. We've got the busy
ladies with
their heels, and we've got Christmas shopping coming up, so we're going to be running up and down those malls, trying to get our shopping in before Christmas Eve. Treat your feet to a beautiful, beautiful little therapy.
What a good idea, actually, treating your feet. What a great way to do it.
Treat your feet.
Yeah, take that stress out. Okay, what's our thought for the week, Phyllis?
Oh, our thought for today, I haven't really thought of a thought for today, but just being in the now. I think we're coming up to a time where we're going to start thinking, planning, and being so focused on where we're going, but just take a deep breath and be in the now. Remember to live each day, because Christmas time is only, X amount of days away, 26, 27 days. So don't get too far ahead of yourself. Remember to enjoy each day, be in the now.
Okay, see you next time.
Will do.
Okay, from one good sort to another. Now it is the St. Lazarus of Jerusalem. Quite impressive, isn't it? Just expect a crusader to walk through the door, and funny enough, we actually do have in some form or another crusaders on the couch now. I'm joined by Rob Cope-Williams, hello.
Hi.
And Jan Hadfield from the Order of Lazarus of Jerusalem. Very impressive title, Rob, so you better explain to us exactly what this amazing organisation do and are.
Well, shall we go into the history of it? Because it started, we think, around 1098 with the First Crusade. And if you remember that there was fighting in the First Crusade with the Knights of, the Knights all going over and like the Knight Templars and such. There was an order that was founded there who specialised on skin hospital type treatments. And they basically, because it didn't have melanomas in those days, they treated leprosy, which was very much needed in those areas and in those times. They became a specialist order because of that. They were given the honorary title of military, but it was mainly the hospital side that they emphasised. They had their own area, which was known as St. Jean the Acre, which was a principality, basically. It was its own sovereignty. Sort of like the modern version would be Monaco.
Okay.
But they didn't have a king, but they had a leader, and they had their own rule. And then because the battle turned or whatever, they lost it because they were overrun. So when they disappeared off to different areas like Spain, France, and England, they were guests there of those countries. It stayed in that form until about the mid-1400s, when there were two popes. There was one Paul and one Innocent, who decided that they didn't want to have all these different orders, and so that St Lazarus should be amalgamated into a variety of other ones, and sort of centralising all their...
And no disrespect, but let's fast forward through, because at the end of the result was that this order is still in its form of helping those that need. Isn't that right, Jan? And Jan, thank you, Jan. And of course, Jan, you represent a big part of it here in Canterbury, and I'm very excited by, you do many things, but what you're doing with Christchurch Women's Prison, can you tell us about that?
Well, that's just a recent thing that we've done. So while we approached the prison to see whether the girls would be interested in doing knitting for us, we provided the wool, and they were. So then we received a donation, and the girls knitted. And just recently I had the privilege of meeting some of these girls. They started off knitting singlets, but I was absolutely amazed. They knitted layettes for the babies at the hospital in all colours, and they worked so hard. And I asked them who taught them to knit, and one lass said, "My nan." And I said, "And where were you?" And she said, "I was outside under a plum tree." And I said, "Oh, did the plums drop on the knitting?" Which was rather sweet, yeah. But she was thrilled. And we asked all the different ones who'd helped them, and it was they had been taught by their aunts and mothers, and I think they've loved doing it because they talk and as they knit, and they're just so thrilled. And they work so hard to get these layettes ready for the babies for Christmas, for the Christmas babies. So that's just one thing we've done, but it's been amazing. A little seed was planted, and it's absolutely grown and grown.
I mean, apart from the rewarding thing they're giving to those young babes and their parents, what a rewarding thing for them to give back in that way.
They have absolutely loved doing it. They have really, as I said, we asked for singlets and they gave us layettes, and I was overwhelmed when I saw it was just amazing. So,
and Rob, this is just one story of many, of course, that the Order of Lazarus are a part of, isn't it?
Yes, because it's worldwide, and that's the thing. And everywhere around the world, there's people doing the things that that was Jan's baby, if you can excuse the expression. And she's had these women all motivated, and it's become a major part of the whole thing.
It is. They've got this wonderful lady at the prison who helps them, and she keeps it all on track, so it's wonderful. So we just can't wait to give them more wool so they can help.
Well, we can help too, though, can't we, Jan? Because if you do have, I think we all do, well, I do, probably my mother does, my grandmother is, there's wool that you never use, so it surely could be used.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
To the order.
Definitely.
So maybe we put that out there to our Canterbury viewers. If they do have wool, and I'm sure you do, there's a bag sitting somewhere around, then we could certainly donate it, and make sure you contact CTV. Thank you very much.
That's all right.
And thank you, Rob. Rob's Country, of course. You can catch Rob next week. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was a great show. Lovely to catch up with all of you. Tomorrow on the show, it's Christmas in the Park. Yes, get your little hat on and get down and see Santa. And we have Sarah here from Handscraft with an idea for your Christmas tree. Have a great evening. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow.